Hey everyone, Helen here with Snook and Company. Let me just get my phone turned off. Uh, yeah, we'll just power that off for now. Okay, so wanted to check in and say hello to everyone. I know it's been actually 2 weeks since I've been on. I know if you caught my previous live from that day, I had mentioned that I did have a job with a local company here in town. It was a good job. It was my first one with them. So that's what last week was all about. It took me, all last week to get done. Got done ahead of schedule, which was important to me too. So that's where I was last week. This week, it's been one of those weeks. I think we all have them from time to time. I don't get along. 2022 and I aren't getting along great to start with. It poked me really hard on Monday, and that's something that I don't think can be fixed. That's a tough one. I've got decisions I have to make. And then yesterday it poked at me again. So that's twice. That's twice in 1 week. And that's 4 times in less than 2 months. Okay. So, and I will tell this funny little story. Actually, it's funny when you think about it. And then I'll show you some new stuff. Well, not new, but updates on some stuff and some new stuff. Okay, so yesterday morning, it turned cold and rainy here, getting kind of icky weather again. I wanted to get a couple things up at Hobby Lobby because do have an idea for some cute little signs and things. So, I just wanted to run up there quick before the weather got yuck. So, get in the car, go to Hobby Lobby. I can't open my driver's side door to get out. And no, it wasn't locked either, okay? It wasn't one of those moments. Could barely even open the door. I'm like, what? Okay, double check everything again. Same thing. So I had to climb over the console and go out the passenger door. It's sprinkling out. It's cold. I'm looking at the car to see what could possibly be wrong. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I go into Hobby Lobby, I get my stuff, and I didn't spend as much time as I would like to, but I got my stuff anyways, and it got back in the passenger side of the car, went to Walmart, needed a couple things there, did the same thing out the passenger door, back in, get home. And so it looks like the interior door panel has pulled away from, I think it looks like it has pulled away from the outer part of the door is what it looks like. So which I know is just crazy. I have an old car, folks. My car is coming up 17 years old. Okay. Single girl, on a budget. Car's been paid for a long time. It gets me from here to Hobby Lobby and Walmart. That's all it needs to do. So anyhow, but it looks like when I shut it, the inside panel came loose and it's come up over the weather stripping. It looks like it's binding on something because I can open it from the outside about yay much and kind of run my hands to a point to say it's binding. And I know I'm smart enough to know don't force it. Sure, I could give the door a good kick and open it, but I don't know what I'd tear, break, whatever. And nothing is broken right now. They say it just looks like it's one of those clips has come loose and the panels. Anyways, so that was the second poke in 3 days. And that's 4 pokes in not quite 2 months. So 2022 and I am just not so sure about. So yesterday was one of those kind of flustery days after that. So anyways, today I wanted to let y'all know I did go ahead and I got the art kits posted on Etsy. Decided on 4 designs to start with. They're spring designs. Okay, so we've got this one that we looked at, and I showed you this one. Then I added in spring cactus. Those are pretty, nice and bright. And then of course our Easter bunny. Okay. And as I mentioned, all of them will come on, there'll be an 11 by 14 stretched canvas. Okay. And because I'm not going to leave you hanging, for those of you who've never picked up a paintbrush before, the basic design, the outline, it'll be basically outlined for you. Okay. So you'll have that as a starting point. You'll have your paints, you'll have a disposable apron, brushes, the color reference photo, okay, and then a complete set of instructions too. I know you all may be wondering, will there be videos? Maybe there'll be videos. With these kits, I put them up on Etsy. I want to start taking pre-orders, and I'm looking to start shipping then March 14th, probably. Honestly, right now, I can't go out and invest in lots of supplies for something that might be sitting on the shelf. Okay, so that's why I'm taking pre-orders. And then after, if things go well and folks, there's interest in them, then after that, if you purchase after this first initial run, then any purchases made after that, I will change the shipping. The shipping time will be 3 to 5 days, if things get going. Okay. I'm testing the waters very honestly to see if there's an interest on this. And so I've thought about doing some videos that might come along too. We're going to have to see. Right now, things are been kind of up in the air for me day to day. I'm still trying to pick up some contract work with the company I was doing work with up until mid-January, the first poke of 2022, and nothing yet, but that could change too, at any time. So, like I say, things are a little up in the air. But I'm thinking it might be fun though to maybe go ahead and do the videos. So if we do videos, that will just be a bonus surprise that would come along with it. Okay. So, but the instructions are great on them too. So anyways, like I say, posted these on Etsy. The kits are $25. If you are local and you're interested, message me. We might be able to do pickup and delivery. That saves on shipping costs. If you're, and I've said these are great for, gosh, just for yourself, okay? Or girls' night in, paint and sip party at your home, birthday parties, let's see, date night, a couples get together sort of thing. The weather's still kind of icky. They also would be a nice employee appreciation gift. If you've got to work for a small company, you might mention to your boss, hey, this would be kind of nice for us. Also, even a fundraiser for PTA, and I will say I'm open to being talked about, aren't we all? Being talked to about possibly talking about a possible discount if it's a large quantity order, say for a PTA fundraiser or an activity center, a senior center. So, spread the word, folks, let people know what I've got. I put a post up under my personal page, and I also have a post on the Snook & Company page, okay, with the designs and the Etsy link. So please, please, please tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends. And along that line, please, please keep telling your friends about Snook & Company. The more folks that I get to like my page, the bigger it grows. So, and it's growing little bits at a time. Because I really don't want to have to give it up. I want to be able to keep involved with this. So, okay, so that's it. Like I say, the art kits, I told you we would talk about that. Now, something else I posted this week, and I'm going to post these tonight on Etsy. That's why I'm going to sit down tonight and do that, are these prints. And I know I had some really, really nice comments. I know it's something different. I'll try to get up a little bit close if you can see. This is Whiskey, and he is my 17-year-old, and he is our silent senior partner. Okay, every company needs one of those. So I'm really happy with the way the print came out. This is an 8x10. I'm going to offer 8x10s and 11x14s of these, okay? And they're done on a nice premium quality, a luster finish paper, photo paper. So you don't get, I say it's always kind of hard to see, but you don't get that high gloss sheen that you get from photo paper. It's not flat either. It just gives nice color, nice. I was very pleased, because I'd done these using graphic design software, and they look one way, and then you think, is it going to print that way? Yeah, it did. I really like the way they printed. And I've got the cats, and I have a seahorse, a peacock feather. There's some pretties on there. So I'm going to be posting those tonight. Prints are $19.95 for an 8x10, $24.95 for an 11x14. Okay. And in case anyone's interested, yes, I would do custom orders. I talked to Lori, another friend from my Belleville days. I talked to her last night. She and her husband have a water buffalo farm north of Belleville, and we had quite a talk about that. And I may do one of her water buffaloes. I need to do them. The better results come out with obviously the better quality photograph that I get to use, and photographs with a really nice balance of light and dark seem to give us the best. Features don't get lost. Okay, so, and like I say, I'm open. I'd be happy to do custom orders and even just let you see what it could be, because I know not all photographs are going to work. You're not going to get the same result. Anyways, enough of that. So these guys will be posted tonight, and thank you all for the lovely compliments I got on this. I know they're a little different. I do have I have two other applications. That's one of the three. I have two other applications I've done some prints with that I'm going to be posting as well. So you'll see some more new work coming on that side. And that stuff is fun to poke around with. You know, it's different than a paintbrush, but it's fun. Okay, have I painted anything this week? No. I do have one project I'm supposed to be doing, and I will get to that. It's been one of those weeks, you know. So, and I even had a little tickle in my throat yesterday, so lots of extra green tea. Okay. One other thing then, I know this is dinner time. This was an impromptu live. One other thing then that I did want to, and I posted this, and there might be some interest. Let's see how well if you can get a good look at that. Again, I know these things are backwards, folks. I'm sorry, but they are. So, okay, so this would be done. This is a kit that I came across. The company that I get these guys from, okay, they have all kinds of really, really cute stuff. And what they're offering, they have a kit that includes the welcome, the paw print, the hope you like, and they have cats, obviously, which go figure, and dogs. They also offer one for dogs. And then they have the strip and then this overlay. So they cut all of that. I can purchase that kit, and the kits are then for, to purchase to go along with the circles. And I've told you before, these are plywood, so they stand up well to the weather down here. You know, we've got that extra humidity. So these are plywood, but I like using this over MDF. Nothing against MDF. There's some folks out there that do great work in that. But for our climate here with the extra humidity, I just prefer the plywood. The kits are all done also in the plywood. They are meant to go on their rounds. So I've got so I can order these. These would be a custom order, okay, or a special order, let's say, because I have to order the kit from them. And the nice thing about these, though, they are available two sizes. So this is the 18-inch, okay, and you've seen this before. This makes a really nice door hanger, and we would be putting the little hanger on top of these, okay. This size makes a really nice door hanger. They also have the kits in a 12-inch size. So it would just be something cute to hang on the wall in your entryway or your kitchen, wherever. It's the home decor stuff. Personally, I'm thinking I'm going to order one kit and do it on an 18-inch. And for myself, I'll probably do it in tones of gray with a black background, and then tones of gray is what I'm thinking for me. That goes with my house and, my type of color scheme. Like I said, I can do any color schemes anyone's interested in. I can do 12-inch or the 18-inch. It's just I have to order the kits, and so that would be a custom order. Okay, it would be something that you place your order and you have to give me a little time because I have to order from them. So, but I like it. I just thought it was just so cute. So, yay, nay on that. And I may go ahead and even post this on Etsy and just see. I'd love to hear some comments, what y'all think on these. I think they're cute, but, I like anything with cats on it. So go figure. So, and they have some other cute stuff too that I may be looking at if Snook and Company stays on its feet. I may be looking at for a little bit later on this year. They have some really cute stuff for Halloween, for harvest, for Christmas. They've got all kinds of neat stuff, and I like their quality. I've been real happy with my orders, very consistent and everything. So that was one other little thing here this week. And I guess that's really kind of about it. This was going to be a quick one. As I said, I have the art kits already posted under my name, posted under Snook and Company on here. So either or, tell your friends, please keep putting the word out who Snook and Company is and what all we have. I appreciate that very, very much. And we'll see how the kits go. I'm really hoping that I can start with these kits because I've got some really cute ideas for summertime, some flamingos, maybe a little beachy hut, something like that. And then, of course, we would go on. Hi, Sam. You want to come say hello? Okay. And then we would go on into harvest, fall, pumpkins, Halloween stuff. Sam, come on, baby. Come say mama. Come on. It's been kind of a mom day too with some of them. and Christmas, so the art kit thing would be a lot of fun. I like that. And like I say, we'll get into some videos or maybe teaching one online. if there's enough interest in these, maybe I'd let y'all pick one and we could paint it online together some night. I'll get brave and do that. So art kits, prints, really cool ones, and say not just all cat ones. I have some others. I'll be posting that on here on Facebook in both mine and on the business page. Uh, a little ad for that with the link. And these will be called, this will be the Mosaic Art Print Collections. Because if you see, they look like a mosaic. They also remind me of stained glass. Quick little story here. I said I won't keep you much longer. Quick little story. I think what attracted me to these two, growing up, some of you know, my Belleville friends know, my dad was a classically trained pianist. He had his own dance band when he was like 19 years old in Belleville. His family he came from a family of funeral directors, and they had a funeral home on Church Street in Belleville. And I thought I'd turned that down. I'm sorry about that. So they had a funeral home, and my dad, at 15 years old, he was driving ambulance. He was in high school, obviously, at BCI. He was driving ambulance, and he was also playing the organ for the services. And my dad played the big, beautiful church organs, that have like 3 or 4 different levels. Just amazing. It's an amazing talent. And one of the things too, of course, he was always our church organist and our choir director. So I was in junior choir, and the church is there. And I'm sure the same thing downtown here in Houston, but growing up there, we have Church Street and some of these big, beautiful churches with the most gorgeous stained glass windows in them. And I don't know if it was either at school or maybe it was Sunday school, but I remember as a kid you take a piece of paper and you could draw your window or use the whole paper, and you could draw out a design with the black lines. You put black lines and a black border, like the leading on the windows, and then you colored in each section. So you made a picture that looked like a stained glass window. And then we took a paintbrush and we brushed them with cooking oil. It's one of those things I remember from, gosh, maybe first or second grade. I don't think it was Sunday school. I think it was at school. But we did, we made stained glass windows. And then when that dried, what the oil does, the cooking oil does, it makes the piece of paper somewhat transparent. So then you would put that up on your window, and the sun coming through, it looked like a stained glass window. Okay. And I was always fascinated. These churches I grew up in had these amazing, big, beautiful stained glass windows. And so this kind of has that kind of effect too. It's got the mosaic, or it reminds me of the windows as well. So maybe that's what drew me to these. I don't know. Hard to say, but so, okay. Art kits, prints, and these guys. So some new stuff here from Snook & Company. Am I going to paint? Yes, I will. I've got a project I need to paint, and I will show you that. And then I do have I think I briefly touched on this, the door hangers. I've got ideas for a couple peace sign door hangers and a couple of signs, a little bit geared towards the surf crowd here in town with Moana, Shaka, a couple of things like that on them. So they're kind of in a 60s, 70s kind of hippie style, maybe, I guess you'd say. I don't know. So lots of things going here. And then there's some cute little signs too. I've thought about some little like shelf sitter home decor signs. The firework things are popping, but it's also been a tough week. And that when it's a tough week, emotionally, I think when it's a tough week for an artist, maybe we feel just a little bit of a block here. We're just not creating, or we create odd and angry or odd and upset. You don't want to put odd and upset or odd and angry on Etsy. That's not what I'm going for here with Snook & Company, as you guys all know. Pardon, I know I'm a little hoarse today too. The throat's still a little tickly. But it does. You get that little bit of a block, but then it's the things that are bothering me are decisions I have to make, but I don't want that. I can't keep that from Snook & Company and getting new pieces out and working on new things. So I will paint that one project that I have been putting off, that my heart's just not in. I will get that project painted, and maybe that'll kind of kickstart things again. So I guess that's it for now. Leave me comments, please. I know I've been kind of chat. It's been 2 weeks. I won't let it go that long, but say last week had to be a priority. So art kits, One more time. Art kits, prints, cat and dog plaques, all possibilities, okay? And tell your friends, and thank you for your support, your likes so far. Tell your friends. We're also on Instagram. We're on Pinterest, Etsy, the Etsy store, Snook and Company, of course, here, and YouTube. And I've started to post some of the lives on YouTube as well. If you would pop on, take a look. You can replay my chattiness. Let me irritate you some more. And hit that subscribe button on there too. That would really help out a lot as well. So, anyways, listen, everybody, have a great night. We're in the 40s here, which is kind of for Texas. It's going to be that way the next few days. So maybe warm up a little bit next week and I can get out and do some yard work. We'll see. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you for taking the time and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.